31, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. Verse 2, it says, for I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the house raveled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. And this is talking about Jacob's trouble, because that's what's going to happen, right? You're gonna have military all on the streets. You're gonna have checkpoints everywhere. You're gonna be people getting military going to people's house, wrapping them up, cuffing them up, and putting them on the buses and taking them to the concentration camp. Okay, because they're gonna come out with that New World Order, right? That MOTB. And you're gonna have that to be able to make it in this society, right? Because that's what's going to be made mandatory. The only way you're going to be able to make it to survive in this society is if you have the chip. But if you take the chip, you're going to be destroyed. You don't want to take that. All right. Let's get out one more precept. 2nd Esdras 16 and 62. 2nd Esdras 16 and 62. Let's get that. 2nd Esdras 16 and 62. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 62. Alright? 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 62. Right? And it says, actually I'll get to the main point. We'll read verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Verse 71. It says, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Right? This is talking about Jacob's trouble. Verse 73. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. And that's what's coming. That's Jacob's trouble. Right? That's Jacob's trouble, right? It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods. That's going into Jacob's trouble, because it's going to be a scarcity of food, scarcity of water, right? It's going to be a scarcity of that. So what people going to do, people got kids, they got families, so what they going to do? They're going to take matters literally into their own hands, man. That's what's going to happen. They're going to literally take matters into their own hands, right? And there's going to be a lot of civil unrest. People are going to be betraying one another just to make it to eat. It's going to be crazy, man. That's going to be a very devastating time. Verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, right? Because in that time, they're going to know. We're going to know, right? And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Verse 74, hear, O ye my beloved saint. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, Salakia. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, Jacob's trouble. But I will deliver you from the same. Verse 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. And you see that the Lord is telling you that. So even though Jacob's trouble is going to come to pass, even though Jacob's trouble was coming, even though we're going to go through all of these devastating things that I just named in this video, the Lord is telling you to not doubt, to have the faith. We done read so many scriptures where the Lord told us to have the faith, to trust in Him, right? So we got to have the faith. We got to believe and trust in Him. As the poor man did in Proverbs 34, right? He trusted in the Lord, and the Lord what? Delivered him out of his troubles, right? The Lord will make a way for you. He's going to make a way for us. So I'll read one more scripture. I'll wrap it with this. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, and we're going to read I'll start at verse 1. But I'm going to be doing some skipping too, because I don't want to keep this any longer. I'll wrap this up. It's the last precept. 2nd Esdras 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people. Who's the Lord's people? The Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who consist and make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And who's doing that? The prophets. Right? They're going out to the highways and edges. They're doing lessons, doing videos. They're preaching the gospel. It says, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So that's why we say it's not those men that are speaking, but the Lord speaking through those men. Right? Verse 2, it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3, it It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. It says that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's what's going to happen. Those that don't believe in the truth, those that don't have the faith, those that don't acknowledge Yahweh Shemashai, they're going to die. They're going to be destroyed. Right? Or left out there to die. Verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the earth, right? The sword, the famine, death, and destruction. And that's what's going to be in the time of Jacob's trouble. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. That's what's going to be going on in the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? That's all that you're going to be seeing. The sword, the famine, death, and destruction. Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Look what they doing. Look what they did over there to, what's that, was it Venezuela? Right? Look what they did over there. Right? Look what Trump did over there, man. Right? So Trump is doing a lot of stuff. Nero is doing a lot of stuff. He's causing a lot of havoc here and there. He's causing rumors of wars. He's talking about threatening to bomb Iran, bomb them even more, right? Or bomb them, or bomb, go to war. He's ready for war, man. That's what we see. That's what's going on, right? And it says, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Their hurtful works are fulfilled. They're pushing the MOTB. The rumors of wars is increasing due to what Trump did to Venezuela and all these other places. The gas is starting to skyrocket out here in Vegas. It went from $3 to now $5 something, $4 something. In California is where it's just like $6 out there now, $7 out there for gas. Times is getting really, really, really stressful, right? And it says, verse 7, it says, therefore saith the Lord, verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more as touches their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. It says, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of complain continually, because we're in sorrow. Our people is in mourn, they're in stress, they're in affliction, turmoil, torment. Right? Let's skip down to the main thing. Verse 10, we skip down to verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And Egypt is this place called America. Okay, this is modern day Egypt. This is not talking about ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt fell already. Alright, this is a prophecy of modern day Egypt, which is America. Modern day Rome. Right? Verse 11, it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt, which is America, with plagues as before. Right? Because ancient Egypt, the Lord put tons of plagues on it. The Lord even sent the death angel to kill the firstborns in Egypt. Right? But who was that death angel? Yahweh Shai was. He came through there, the Messiah, he came through there. He was the death angel at the time of that Moses and the Passover and all that. And he killed. He was that death angel came through there and casted that judgment, man. Alright? So the Lord said right here in verse 11, behold, it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. And that's what the Lord is coming to do. He's coming for judgment, man. Alright? He's coming with judgment. And it says, verse 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn, which is America, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with a plague and a punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And that's what the Lord is getting ready to do. He's getting ready to come with that great wrath and that great judgment to destroy this place, man. Jacob trouble, we got to go through all of that. We got to go through Jacob trouble before we can be saved. All of that. All these things have to come to pass. Alright, so hey, I'm going to wrap it up with that. I could have read more, but I'm going to wrap it up with that. I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kodash. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you, sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word of truth, sincerity. And shalom to you, sincere sisters that are listening in silence, as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah, and hopefully this lesson was edifying. On to the next one. I say shalom. Shalom.